Hi, today we're going to talk about the dark threads from 4chan. Well, I'm warning you, you guys who are particularly impressionable, please pass. Don't watch this. I don't know who's going to stop, but still. Okay, here we go. I don't think there's any point in telling you what 4chan, so let's get straight to the point. On March 11th, 2014, this thread appears at 4chan. Turns out it's way harder to strangle someone to death than it looks on the movies. The pic he attached is exactly what you'd think. A dead body. Next message, she fought so damn hard. And the picture again. Same content, but from a different angle. Anons asked to take the photo again, but with a piece of paper and a date to prove it. To which Op replies, check the news for Port Orchard, Washington in a few hours. Her son will be home from school soon. He'll find her, then call the cops. I just wanted to share the pics before they find me. I bought a BB gun that looks realistic enough. When they come, I'll pill it and it will be suicide by cop. I understand the doubts. Just check the fucking news. I have to lose my phone now. And unfortunately, it happened just like he said it would. The girl's name was Amber Lynn Coplin. Shortly before her death, David, that was the Anon's name, and Amber had a fight. They were in a very complicated romantic relationship. Also, just like Op said in the last post, Amber had a son. Her 13-year-old son came home from school and decided to take a nap. A couple hours later, he woke up and saw that his mother's car wasn't parked outside the house, which he thought was strange because it seemed like she wasn't going anywhere that day. The guy decided to check if his mom was home and found her dead body. After that, he called the police. A few minutes later, the cops entered the house and saw the dead body of Amber Coplin. They also noticed some very strange writings in the house. All the walls had the words, "She killed me first," written all over them. And they found "bad news" written on the windows and blinds of the house. It's a very creepy picture. OP had meanwhile left in a car to another state, but after some time he still decided to confess to the police. During his trial, he said he suffered from alcoholism and doesn't remember much of anything, including his crime. "The only I can say is that I'm sorry and I will never forgive myself," David said during his hearing. After the incident, authorities tried to remove photos of Amber Coplin's corpse, which David posted on 4chan, from everywhere. But alas, it's almost impossible. The internet remembers everything. The son of the deceased stated that he would be haunted by those photos for the rest of his life. Imagine how the son feels when he sees those pictures. The court sentenced David to 82 years in prison. The section, explorers, experimenters, or testers of their luck. We're already familiar with these characters from past videos. For example, the dude who threw a grenade into a fire and ran over it with a car. How that ended, I think you remember. Or Anon, who injected in veins with a glowing solution. But what is it this time? And this time Anon wants to test his gas mask. In the pictures we see some 3 bottles, and the gas mask itself, after which Op sends the next photo with a caption. What could go wrong? We'll report. As we later found out, he made chlorine. In case you don't know, it's actually a poisonous, asphyxiating gas. But you have to test a gas mask somehow, right? So, 20 minutes later, Op sends a picture. Holy fuck, it hurts. Might have to go to the hospital. It's a picture of his reddened hand. Apparently the gas mask test failed, and he spilled chlorine on his hand, starting to peel and fall. I really don't want to call emergency. I'm sorry, I'm not going to show you a picture. YouTube doesn't like that. Anyway, the skin really starts to peel off and blisters appear on his arm. After a couple more minutes, he posts a new photo with the caption, "Goodbye, K." The K is a board on 4chan where they discuss guns. Thread was created there. After this, post-op stopped contacting us. We can only hope that he did call an ambulance, but alas, we won't know, as he never posted in the thread again. The worst outcome is death. He could have suffocated, and it's quite possible that's what happened. There's nothing to say. On December 20th, 2018, this mystery thread appears on the B board, aka random. On December 23rd, be here at B. You don't want to miss this. And a perfectly logical question arises. What exactly is going to happen? What are we not, should we not miss? And one of the Anons posted in the thread and asked the same question, to which Op replies to him, "Let's say it's my Christmas present for you." And yes, Op attached a picture to his post. It's just a piece of paper with the date written on it, and the board code. Probably done so that we can recognize this anonymous in his next thread, which he promises to create on the 23rd. So, the thread stops there, and here comes the 23rd. Not to say it's long awaited, because nobody really gave a shit about his last thread. Nevertheless, Op creates the thread as promised. Sorry guys, 2 beers left and I will go for it. It will ruin my life for years, so I need to get some courage. Op attaches a picture to the post, another piece of paper with the date on it. This time it's December 23rd, and the board code, the same B. Naturally, the only question anonymous people are interested in is what he's going to do. Whatever you're gonna do, if it's gonna harm innocent people, then don't do it. If you want to kill yourself, then go for it. And after a couple minutes, Op says to everybody, I'm going to kill my abusive father. Just need to make sure he dies, waiting for him to fall asleep. How will you kill him? I'm going to hit him in the head with fire extinguisher and then strangle him. Let me guess, verbal abuse? He called you a failure, a mistake, a bitch? Man up, you pussy. Also, don't be a bitch that kills someone while he's defenseless and unaware. It's enough a favor to do it when isn't conscious. He will pass away while asleep. I wanted to kill my dad. I could, but I didn't. He used to hit me too. Now, 10 years before I understand why did he hit me, he made me a man of kind of success. If it wasn't for him, I would be a poor homeless retard, and luckily, he didn't let my mom to educate me, because my mom didn't care if I was doing good, she just wanted to see me happy, which is pretty retard because a teenager will never be happy. I'm thinking that if I hit him 3, 4, 5, 6 times in the head, he will be in shock or comatose and then strangle him. I have a backup knife if he wakes up after the first hit and doesn't strangled. 14 kg fire extinguishers to the head should be enough. If not, then I'll try to cut throat with the knife. Wish me luck, and pick. Well, what can I say? I wanted to add intrigue, of course. I mean, Op can't be that fucked up. But you realize it's probably not the first time you've been here. After his last post, Anon disappeared for a while, and unfortunately, he came back to the thread with this message. Op here, I'm about to call the police for myself. He also attached a picture to his message. It shows a room and a couch with a man lying on it. Anon's father. The wall, the cushion, and the man's head are stained with blood, and near the head lies the very fire extinguisher. Anonymous started Googling this photo in hopes of it being a fake, more like hoping it wasn't a fake. And yes, it was not possible to find this photo on the internet. So, most likely it's not a fake, and Op really did it. Next message, I'm gonna call the police now. It was good knowing you guys. Goodbye forever. We just have to wait for the news to make sure it's true. And here it is. It happened in Sandnes, Norway. The killer was a 20-year-old boy, and yes, he did call the police himself. When questioned, he also revealed that he had written about it on 4chan before the crime. That's the story. Besides everything we discussed today, there are many other interesting topics that I will tell you about in the next videos. So, don't get lost, subscribe to the channel, put likes. That's all for today. Bye.